You know, I really love the gospel readings for Lent.
Hold up. Stop the video camera. Did you just say 4 weeks into Lent, when the first 3 weeks you said you couldn't handle Lent, that you enjoy Lent?
No, I did not say that. I said I enjoyed the gospel readings. They're very, very rich and deep.
Okay, so you're
So
still...
I'll go there, maybe a little bit.
Okay, you can go there a little bit. I was just getting ready to say that Lent just seems to be getting harder. I'm looking at our book this week, Convicted in the Womb: One Man's Journey from Prisoner to Peacemaker by Carl Upchurch.
Yes, I read that in seminary.
Yeah.
And I actually heard him speak. It was so powerful.
And his book's powerful too, because here's a man who describes feeling victimized from birth. So much so that he finds himself behind bars at a very young age in life. But as he finds himself behind bars, it's on that journey that he's transformed and sees a new way.
Exactly. I read that too. He was in confinement and was feeling so alone that he saw a book, anything to help him. And it was a book by Shakespeare. And he said in reading that, he realized that his whole life, his response to violence his response had been to violence, to anger. And he said, really, after reading Shakespeare, he realized that there were other responses that he could have to anger. And so he began reading and getting anything he could get his hands on, theology and books, so that he could learn a new response. And his eyes were open to that. It's kind of like the gospel for this week. It's the blind man. His way of life was only seen one way. He didn't have a lot before him, and he was blind. And when the disciples see him, they ask Jesus, was he a sinner or his parents? And Jesus is like, neither one of them sinned. He says he's here for the glory of God, and he heals this man, and his eyes are opened, and suddenly the people around him realize that maybe their eyes have been closed to God.
Well, maybe that's the lesson to be learned today. Maybe in this season of Lent that sometimes we both find so dreary, that our eyes are opened. And it is a season that we can grow in depth of faith and go to those places that we may not want to look at and see a new way.
It's powerful. So join us this Sunday and allow our eyes to be opened to God, who is alive and among us and with us always.
We'll see you on Sunday.
See you then.